And I know you took a trip to Kenya last year.
Yeah.
And this guy here is like, he gives back to charity, and I just wanted to know like where that all stems from, because there's a lot of people like athletes that go, oh yeah, I give back charity, but they just want like their name like to be known.
Right.
But is it when you like send out like all these emails like, hey, we're doing this, it's like it sounds really like you're passionate about. Like, where does that stem from? Is it like
it's really not a conscious decision, I guess. I like that word that Houston's playing.
I know. When you use this like, yeah, right now, I'll always love you.
Really, I mean, I always felt like I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do in my life, whether it's music, whatever career I work, play sports, anything, without the help of people that I know or people that I don't know. And so I feel like it's my duty to at least give back as much as I can. And I would just rather be an example of that to the best of my ability, but just in my own small slice of the world, be able to just help as many people as I can. And I really think it should just be as second nature as like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you are still half asleep and you just turn over your pillow or whatever and just fall back asleep. Like the same amount, the same volition and the same amount of attention goes into that as the decision to do something like that. It should just, there's never a time in my life where I thought this is exactly what I want to do. It's just always made sense. And I mean, that's where it comes from, I guess. Just want to use music as a vehicle to spread a message bigger than just me or wanting to be famous, or it shouldn't be about that. In my opinion, not that there's anything wrong with fame or fortune or whatever, but I would just rather live simply and travel the world and help people smile if I can, whether it's 2 people or 2,000 or 2 million or whatever.
Earlier, how you went to our idea. And you were recently at Soundset. Did you speak to his mom, or you?
Yeah.
I think I saw that, and I was like, why does that name sound so familiar?
Yeah.
And I looked it up, I knew her name, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Ideas. That's not his mom.
Yeah.
So earlier we talked about how you were in tour and became friends with him. How was it talking to his mom, like, after the fact? Because, quite difficult, right?
Yeah. I can't even begin to comprehend how challenging but also important that day was. Her name's Kathy. Kathy, to her, Ideas, or Mike's grandparents were there. Met them. I mean, he influenced more kids than I think people realize now, and that influence is going to live on. So at Soundset, it was actually the first time I was able to meet her. We went back to her house that night and kind of just had a little after party, but it was bittersweet for sure. And pretty much that day I was just trying to figure out what I could do just to help. And so spent the whole day at the Michael Larson tent. Face Candy was headlining the 5th on stage. And so Christoph Crane, who was Mike's right-hand man, he was there that day too, and so just trying to help him out and whatever I could do. But yeah, it was really words can't describe it, from my point of view, how powerful that was just for me, and that was just as a friend and a fan of who he was as a person and who he was as an artist.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool when you get to you're fans of them first and then you become friends.
Right. Right.
It's kind of like you have that dynamic. It's kind of like it's like, oh yeah, I'm a fan, but I'm also a friend now.
And he was the guy also, and I've been fortunate enough to now meet a lot of the musicians I've looked up to since I was little and whatnot. It's interesting sometimes when there's a huge gap between who the person is, who they convey themselves to be as an artist, and who they are as a person. With Mike, there was absolutely no line. It was just he was who he was on his album, and to me that was incredibly refreshing. I mean, his music is really genuine, and he's just as genuine in person. I mean, you would be if he had 30 seconds to talk with you, even if he had no idea who you were, he would be sure in that 30 seconds there was connection there.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was his best friend or just someone he met on the street. And I feel like that really reflected in his music and just how he carried himself.
I think this is the last question of the day. It's probably the most important question. So, I remember you had the party in the USA, like being Miley Cyrus. Will there be a good side or bad Hannah Montana version ever? That's what I've been waiting for. So,
Good side of bad for Hannah
good
Montana.
That's exactly good side of bad for Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus edition.
I mean,
It's funny because when I first heard that, like, and it was funny because I'm playing it in my, I think I was playing it, what was I playing it? At work probably or something, and my friend's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
They're like, is that like Miley Cyrus? Yeah. I was like, but this dude, Alexi, he's rapping on it. They're like, Dad, it's clean. I was like, yeah, because when I first saw it, oh man, I don't know. But it was dope. You gotta check that out. But so I was wondering, will there ever be? That's probably the most important question today.
well, I don't.
Besides All for One.
Oh yeah, exactly. I don't know about that coming to fruition, but kind of in the same vein. So that was Care Bears and Corn Dogs.
Yeah.
I'm working on a 6-track EP that's sampling mostly 80s and 90s called Flashdance and Hammer Pants.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of be on in that vein of kind of that total cheesiness, but try to actually make a good track out of it.
Exactly.
Especially if it's one that, I mean, people can't lie. That beat.
That beat,
Party in the USA, even though
it is catchy.
Yeah,
it is super catchy.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll be.
So about to get rickrolled and the new Alexa farm.
Pretty much.
Also, I think that's all the questions I have. I just want to thank. Well, no, it's Bodi now, not Body. Because when I first Body, my sister's like, no, read the email.
Yeah.
Bodi. And I was like, okay, good, because I don't want to be careful call him Body. That doesn't sound right. So we're actually gonna finish eating sushi. Actually, we'll record it right now.
Yeah.
This is what we're eating. Super bomb. Yeah, we're gonna go eat now. So, peace. Okay, so the interview's done with Bodi. The show's over. I'm almost home. I learned a few things from that guy. If you never send your wallet for long periods of time because it messes with your sciatic nerve, head up to Seattle if you want to see glitter bodies and werewolves and you want to be the next Twilight movie. And if you want to get hit on and get hooked up with nurses' daughters, you can't go hang out with that guy because he gets chicks. So the interview went well. Sushi was great. I'd like to thank Bodi, Alexa Farmick for granting me the interview. All the guys are super chill. Want them to take care, and thank you again. All right, peace, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think all of us can agree life is beautiful, ups and downs, good and bad. It's all good, let's make the most. Come to the end of the road, feeling we've got most steps to go. And that's how it goes until the breath close, until the next show holding that globe. A mile in my shoes, you need new souls. Spent my whole life strutting through coals, so nothing could make me fold. A bucket of paint to make the yellow.
3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
And every second that elapsed in this eventual path, a chance to grasp at eternal presence that lasts, to freeze sand in the glass in the moments that pass, and kick death in the ass, keep the future from the past. Everything you've wanted in this journey will be yours, cause everything you need is right there in the course. Destination's here, zero remorse, if opportunity went knocking on heaven's doors. And remember to breathe, mechanics leave quantumly, yet light speed and life needs nothing more than to understand lessons. Don't have answers, rhetorical questions. The meaning that you find, what you decide to echo on through eternity, what you leave behind. This design's not immaculate. Discover you and know less cosmic than the stars of the moon. Now's the only moment in the process promised. Fuck burning out. Shine like a comet and understand that the voyage can be cold. In the end you leave how you came in, alone. Nothing's ever gone. Nothing disappears. They just attain a new definition of here. there's no need for fear. The finish don't exist as lips breathe life when the sky's bliss is kissed.
Gold. So until hell's froze, let's make the most and it goes. 1 for the treble, 2 for the bass, 3 for life, no time to waste. Ain't always pretty, but goddamn, we doing things not even God can. 1 for the struggle, 2 for the grace, 3 for the smile you've got in your face. Ain't always easy, but our hands were made to live, so let's take our stand. And I don't care if it's cliche, it's true, you know. Check it, I wanna be famous, on stage with a million faces in the audience. But I also like anonymous, so with the day's end, it's cool if I'm nameless. I say this probably goes for you too. Wanna be you, but wanna be them.